Good morning to all the students. In the session, in continuation of online lecture, welcome to all. Today matter is related to the minority rights, and these minority rights incorporated by founding fathers of the India, constitution makers, framers under the part 3rd of the constitution. And if I will talk about the breakup of the today's topic, relevant matter, it can be divided into various segments. As you know, that origin and historical background, it is one of the base of discussion every time, everywhere, related to the every topic. That is, and therefore, the first aspect, origin and historical aspect. Then second is related to the international legal system. Because if you will see the international law, there is a various international provisions, instruments, legal instruments are there. And these legal instruments have their authenticity. And their authenticity is there. And because of the authenticity means the source of various laws is the international law. And the efforts has been done by the international community from very beginning, or from the beginning of even if the 13th century. Magna Carta is also there. Although this is the instrument related to the Great Britain and given some rights to the public, to the special group of the public at that time in that country. And apart this 16th and the 17th century, as we have seen that there was in Sweden the law, in some countries there were the law relating to the transparency and the rights to protect the rights of all. Freedom you have seen. This is the another segment which can be considered by the student and by everyone who is the student under this legal discipline. There is the signal. The third related to the matter, which is very interesting, the comparative study in between the various countries. That is the third segment. Fourth is, of course, in India, if we are talking about the law, then certainly our constitution has the very wide scope for the analysis of the law, and especially the minority rights are given a special status in the constitution and constitutional law. Under the constitutional law also, it is your duty and it is the duty of your teacher also. My duty is also there to enter into the Constituent Assembly debate, because the Constituent Assembly debate is the gist, object, and the if I will say to use the word the goal, and goal, it is a goal because they were the very visionary person. They have the very wide assessment, and they have given the very good system of the law in India, and a wonderful and a very useful and a fruitful constitution, and at the same time a successful constitution. It is a living document. It is a living law which is going on in the India. That is also the part of this one Constituent Assembly debate. The judicial interpretation and judicial approach relating to the protection of the minority rights, and all these aspects are very essential. And whenever you are concluding the matters, because in first session I will discuss this one minority rights, and session the second session I will enter into the fourth unit of this paper. If you will enter into the another aspect which are very relevant for the purpose of the course, this is called the introductory aspect of that one. And the introductory aspect says the minority in the various countries there were the sometimes or the various times, even if the today there is the atrocities against the minority, because they are not in the full majority. The peoples are in group, peoples are in community. They have their own identity, and their identity is based on the language, culture, community, and their system of the particular society in a particular country. That is there. So therefore, these are the systems which requires to be discussed in the detail with the help of the every system. And the history of the minority rights, it starts from very beginning, and that is the of the 1814. 1814, the raised the Congress in Vienna. Vienna Congress was there. There was a conference relating to this one, 1814, and this issue of the rights as a scope in the legal documents or legal instruments, the legal system of the particular country, that had raised the issue in the 1814 in the Vienna conference, that is called the Vienna Congress, and some principles has laid down there about the protections of the rights of the minority, because they are in not in majority in the society. It means there is always the apprehension to violate their rights, right? Even if the right to survive, right to survive, and that has happened. The very typical type of violence was there against these groups. Ethnic violence was there, linguistic violence was there, and the community violence was there, cultural violence was there. The history says that there was the violence against the minority group. Thus, the law is a principle and it is a system. It has a scope for the protection to all the people, including the vulnerable group, including the minority group. Because if they have no sources of the majority, the supporting people, so then the duty of the state to protect them first of all. Otherwise, it will be called the monarchy, it will be called the dictatorship, it will be called the a person's protection and a life's protection is not there in a country where there is the political system is against the moralical society. Therefore, that was the Vienna Conference was there, and then 1856 Congress of the Paris. In the Paris, there was some problem relating the Jews and the Christians in that country at that time, and that was the 1856 in Paris also at the international forum. The protection of all the rights of the minorities has raised in that country at that time, and this was the system of all the aspects which was very relevant for the purpose of the protection of minority rights. Then another was the minority rights in 1990. That was the Supreme Council of the that Paris, and in the peacemaking process, this was also the issue at that time, and that issue was settled to by giving some special kind of rights to the minority, and that was the international efforts from the 1814 Vienna Conference, Paris, the declaration and the system of the protection of rights of those peoples by one of the Congress of the Paris, especially of Jews and Christians community. Their culture is different. They are not in the sufficient numbers in the society, in particular society. Therefore, this is there. And international law. In the international law, it is also the ethnic violence was there, ethnic religious violence was there. Religious, still there is the habit of the human being to think in a negative way, so that in society the one they can violate the peace and tranquility and to live and let to live principles. Therefore, the ethnical violence is there, religious violence is there, linguistic violence is there, and the cultural violence is there. Yes, yes, this culture is not according to the majority people. That's why they are the not the acceptable people. So what's the wrong in it? The culture in a democratic society where everyone have the equal status, and the doctrine of the equality comes from the equity, and the natural law. Ultimately, it comes from the natural law. That's why this cannot be said that the people who are thinking about the discrimination on the basis of race, religion, caste, and so on, the regional feeling is there, linguistic feeling is there. That's why the that was the international system at that time, and the covenant civil and political rights. If we will see, there are the minority rights under Article 27. This is the 1966. I have discussed in other aspects also. And then United Nations Declaration is also there. Protection of minorities is there. And that LGBT, this is the new area which is going to be developed at present, that transgender. They are basically of the human being in the society, and still it has not been recognized some rights of LGBT. There is an international declaration, and they are in minority. There are few people are in every society, but no one is bothered about this society, and the international declaration of 2008 is here, and a resolution was passed for the protection of the rights of LGBT in 2011, and continuously the process is going on. That's why that is the system of protection of the minority rights at the international level, because the source of every law is the international law. Somehow it is a international law. In another aspect, somehow the historical background of the legal system of that country, and somehow the ancient culture is also there. These are the sources, and some custom. You can say the custom, but I'm not talking about that this sources of the law. But we are just analyzing all these aspects. Now come into the point that is related to the constitutional system in India. What is the constitutional system in India? In the Constituent Assembly, there was a debate about the minority rights, and the drafting committee constituted the one clause that is called the clause 18 of the drafting committee, and that drafting committee was the basically of the advisory committee report submitted before the first of all the drafting committee. Then later on it has placed before the Constituent Assembly. There were two spheres. One was drafting committee, another was the Constituent Assembly, and finally it has passed from the Constituent Assembly. And various times I have highlighted these 2 points, and it shall be clear in your mind. And the various expert committee constituted either by the draft committee, and the another side the subcommittee constituted, the advisory committee constituted under the umbrella of drafting committee, or the Constituent Assembly committee also constituted the subcommittee various times to give the report to clear the particular provision which is related to the constitutional system in India. So therefore the clause 18 was submitted by the advisory committee. Advisory committee was there and constituted by the draft committee, or the drafting committee, and all these things. Minority, every what was the provision in that one? Then you will compare it with the Article 29 and 30. 29 and 30. These are the 29 clause 1 is totally somehow separate point, because it says that there should be the right of those, there shall be the right of those persons who have the distinct culture, language, and the basically of identity of those people who have been there. They should have to right to preserve, to protect, and to promote their rights, their culture, their linguistic identity. All these things are there. What was the clause 18? Clause 18 was minorities, every unit protected of their language, their script, their culture. Language identity is there, culture identity is there, and the script to write it is there. No law shall be made to violate the rights of those people who have the separate language, who have the separate culture, who have the separate script. And no discrimination for administration on ground of religion, community, or language should not be there. There should not be such type of any kind of the distinction relating to this aspect. All minority or the language, all minorities shall be free, establish own educational institutions and the maintaining them. All minority. Therefore, the minority shall have the right to establish own educational institution. That was the draft constitution. Clause 18. Establish and administer own educational institution. Their linguistic, their script, their culture should be protected. No laws shall be made by any government, any state to violate their linguistic rights, their cultural rights. That was one clause. Second was that it has been given to them to establish the educational institution and to administer to them. There was means under the clause 18 of the constituent that the advisory committee drafting constitution it was there, and it was submitted by the advisory committee before the drafting committee, and then the state shall provide all other the facility to them, and that is you can search, and that it is very easy to get the and to access the net and to get the information today. But to arrange the system, it is a class lecture method, and that should be done. And it has been said in Constituent Assembly Debate Volume 3rd is there, and the page number 497 and the 504. 497 and 504 is also there, and therefore the system we say that the Constituent Assembly Debate under the volume 3rd is there, and that is the one of the aspect written in the that debate which is available. And 1st May 1947, the protection of minority rights adopted, when it has adopted by the adopting committee, adopted a 1st May 1947, and before the Constituent Assembly on 25th August 1947, some amendment was in clause 2. Clause 18 is there, and under the 18 there was some amendment before placing it the Constituent Assembly. There was the advisory committee. Advisory committee had prepared a draft, submitted before the drafting committee, and the drafting committee has incorporated some other provisions, and then finally it had placed before the Constituent Assembly. That is the history and the stages, and that is these stages shall be written by the student in their answers and shall be kept in mind to develop their idea about it. What was included under clause 18 subclause 2, that the included and instituted some other amendment placed before the committee, and that the aid and the grant shall not be, there shall not be any kind of the discrimination with relate to the minority, and equal status shall be given. At the same time, the equal system of the law should also be there for their granting the aid to them. Law should be separate for protection to them, but in giving the financial aid, there should not be any kind of the discrimination. It has also amended before placing it before the constitution. That is there. Then the chairman of the advisory committee, who was the chairman of advisory committee of this drafting of minority rights. I am talking minority rights. Advisory committee was there, and the chairman of that committee was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. And what he has explained about, there was a debate. Many persons has participated in that one in the Constituent Assembly. Constituent Assembly, don't confuse that drafting committee, advisory committee, and sometimes expert committee. Subcommittees are also there, appointed by the authorized person. Chairman Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel explained that after the debate, many persons had participated in the debate. Many various members had participated in the debate. He said that there should not be any discrimination of administration in educational institution. Means the minorities, if you will see the 29 2 clause 2, says that for the purpose of admission in educational institution, there should not be any kind of the discrimination. Now the discrimination, after this aspect of the discrimination, one point should not be there. It has been finally settled and decided that the minority rights should be incorporated in the constitution, and Article 23 of the draft constitution. I was talking about the clause 18, clause 1, clause 18, 1, 2, and clause that was the clause which had prepared by the advisory committee. But when it has placed before the drafting committee, its serial number was 23, and that 23 and clause 18, clause 18 was prepared by the advisory committee, and it was divided into two parts, and these two parts were related to the aspect of the constitutional system, which is at present the article 29 and 30. Now one question: who are the minorities? How it can be identified? And it can be said they are the minority. The test is at least they should be less than X with DAB college, St. Xavier College, and other colleges cases are there of the testing of the minority. Who are the minority? Minority should be in a particular society less than 50%. Majority 51%. Minority 50%. If it will be there, and it cannot be said that who are the once in place they are the in minority, so they will be the minority in the another place. Take the one example, very good example is there, that one can say the Muslim communities are minorities in India because of the less than 50% population. But if we will see the Jammu Kashmir, they are in majority and the Hindus are in minority. Therefore, the population, state-wise population and the country-wise population, so far is concerned, there is less than 50%. If a group or a community on the basis of culture and linguistic identification may be in minority in one place, or maybe the majority in within the same country in another place because of the population. Therefore, normally you might be heard that the Hindus are in Kashmir Valley, they are in minority, they are not in majority. And in other places, the others are, the same are in minority because the population. Therefore, the test is the only less than 50%. It should be very clear in your mind that who are the minority for persons, and meaning how it can be. Encyclopedia Britannica says that how the definition will be decided. Said that the language should be separate, religion should be separate. Religion is one of the aspects also, and common decent should be here, means the common the living standard and all these things may be they separate, and less than 50%, and therefore some cases were there in the beginning relating to the AMU, whether a minority institution, it has decided by the court that no, it is not a minority institution because it has established by law in the year, if you will see, there is the year of 1920. But later on, the amendment has been made by the center legislature, and it has no minority status for all the purpose. For so far the Jamia Millia is concerned, it is a minority because it is established under the system of the minority, that is in minority. So therefore the test is there, and that test, there is a case, you will search the cases as Aziz Basa case is there from very beginning, Union of India 1968 case, B.A. Imandar case. Now come to the, we will, if time will permit in this half lecture, first part, then we will see. But here it is essential to note that what is going on about the system of this minority. Now come into the Article 29. What are the provisions under Article 29? How the court has interpreted these provisions? The clause 18, which has submitted by the advisory committee before the drafting committee, here is, this was divided into two groups. and one group is Article 19 at present, and no, sorry, Article 29, sorry, Article 29, and another group, another part is Article 30. And what are the provisions under Article 29? This is the most relevant aspect to be discussed here. And to bifurcate the Article 29 clause 1, especially if we will bifurcate it, any section of the citizen, any section of the citizen. Number one, the section of the citizen. Citizen, he may be the citizen first of all. Second, he may be a special kind of the section in the society, the segment or section, you can say. A special community should be there, and residing in the territory of India. 29 said that the person should be the citizen of India first of all, and he should be a separate the section in the society and residing in India. This is the third condition for the application of Article 29. And the another is any part thereof having the distinct language, script and culture. Only three things are. And its own script should be separate, language should be separate, and their culture should be separate. If only the culture will be separate, then if they are in minority, it can be said that they are the minority group and they have the right under, and they have the right to enjoy it under the Article 29 of the Constitution. And therefore, there is the segment relating to this aspect also, and they shall have the right to conserve the same. What should be protected? Protected, the culture should be protected, language should be protected, and the script should be protected. This is clause of Article 29. And then clause 2. What is the clause 2? Clause 2 is totally different. First says that the protection of the culture, script, and language. And the second says that no citizen shall have to deny administration in the any educational institution. Suppose he is the minority, it cannot be said that that student will go only the minority educational institutions because there are the separate institution under Article 30 which has established. No. This will be deemed to be the discrimination on the basis of the culture, on the basis of the religion, on the basis of the script, on the basis of the language. That cannot be done. Therefore, the clause 2 of 29 is another protection, another protective clause. And one is to preserve all these things. They can preserve their identity. That is 29(1). And the admission, it's the development and maintain the states in which matters or in which educational institution there is maintained and aided and run by the government. It cannot be disputed. Because for that purpose, again the definition of state is very relevant. Now the definition of state is applied in some different manner, not only the government but in another manners. These are the constituted these institutions by the provisions of law. Discrimination will not be there for the admission of that the 9. Now I am very quickly completing this aspect of that 1, and no disclaimer that will be there. And there is the minority rights of all the persons, and a subcommittee of recommended that to include some other portions of the law, and that was included in that. And all the citizens of entitled their mother tongue, and to protect the mother tongue. As you know, Mahatma Gandhi has given the emphasis on the mother tongue. What is the meaning of mother tongue? A language comes from the tongue of the mother. A language comes from the tongue of the mother. That is called the Matrabhasha. It is called the Matrabhasha. A child has learned the language from the mother from very big. So therefore, the rights of the minorities should be there to protect them relating to this aspect of the mother tongue. That was there of the issue to protect to them. And the script thereof, that was the debate. It was modified. The script should be protected. You have seen under 29 also, and this was there, and that's why the aspect which was written under this article, the debate was there, and that debate was ultimately accepted by the Constituent Assembly as a draft article 23. Now it is 29 and 30 in the Constitution. And the question relating to this, what is Article 30? There is the clause A1, clause 1A, and clause 2 is there. 1A, keep in your mind, capital A is there. It was incorporated by the 44th Amendment when property rights was separate from the part 3rd to the separate rights under Article 300A. Now, from the that right, and A 1A, which is prescribed under 30, says that whenever any property will require to be acquisition by the or required to be taken by the government, at that time the cost of that property shall be given to the minorities and their rights should be protected. It means the first, if it will be required, it will not be taken easily. It should not be taken by the government. It should not be acquisition should not be done here. But if it is very essential, then the sufficient amount which is after 2013 Act is there, Land Acquisition Act, a new land acquisition is there, and if it is in a city, the cost of that land is very much the market value is there. 80 times it is very difficult to acquire the property which is situated in the market. After the Sangrur agitation you have seen in West Bengal, and separate act is there, 2013 act is there, and you can say the 7 years back child in this area, and difficult to acquire the property of the person, but it was the 44th amendment of the 1978 came into existence in 1978, and that was there, and this therefore the 31 says that the compulsory acquisition it will be there, and one says that all the minorities based on the test is the religion and the or the language. Script is not written here, and the culture is not written under Article 30. This is the difference between the 29 and the 30. And the first para of the 29 says that the culture, language, script shall be protected by those persons who are in minority. That is there, and there is the such type of the things and which is required for the protection of all these things, and the shall have the right to establish and administer the educational institution. The meaning is there by that you can see the minority institutions, educational institutions are there, and this right was given under Article 30 of the Constitution, that they have the right to establish, not only to establish but to administer to them. Yesterday I have discussed about the RT and said that the provision of the RT 25% reservation under section 12 of this RT Act 2009 is not applicable in the minority institution because of this constitutional provision, and they can manage it, they can administer it, and they cannot, this cannot be interfered by the government by making the law. It has the debate at the time of preparing the draft particular article of that one under this drafting committee and advisory committee. Finally the chairman of that advisory committee, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, had given the explanation before the Constituent Assembly. Don't confuse in these words, please be clear about it. And if you will read and try to develop your habit to read the Constituent Assembly debate, you will be very expert in that area. And that area says that they have the special kind of the right to establish the that educational institution and to administer them according to, no doubt, according to the system of the society. Christian missionary schools are there, and then some minority institutions are there, and who are the minority Jain institutions are there, and in some places if we will see, perhaps I'm not very much aware, in Rudurpur also there is one maybe Khalsa college or some college like this of this type of people. You may be correct me if you are aware about it. And that was there. Thus, the administration of this will be in that way, and that is the very relevant aspect. The time is 3 minutes is there. Then the 1A you have seen already about it. But clause 2 means clause 2 of Article 30. Divide the clause 2 and try to understand it. The state shall not. It is a negative item, negative provision. It is a negative provision. Why it is a negative provision? Because it is in the hand of the state. It has been given that the state shall not do that. And what the state will not do it? Okay, please 30 is related to this aspect of the law. I'm just coming after the closing this slide because it is not working.